Welcome back to my channel. What is going on, guys? Ring Rumble here once again with another exciting video, and tonight we are talking about a truly shocking moment from Survivor Series where John Cena competed in what has been confirmed as his final ever Premium Live event match, defending the Intercontinental Championship against Dirty Dominik Mysterio, only to shock the entire WWE Universe by losing the title in controversial fashion, a result that has left fans all over the world asking one big question: why would WWE choose to have John Cena lose his last ever PLE match? And more importantly, why did Dominik Mysterio, of all people? So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because we are breaking down every single detail behind this decision. And if you happen to miss Survivor Series, let me quickly catch you up because Dirty Dominik Mysterio reclaimed the Intercontinental Championship from John Cena after landing a massive frog splash and scoring the 3 count. But that simple finish barely tells the true story of the chaos that unfolded during this match, as Mysterio once again proved that he cannot win big without help, as he relied heavily on his Judgment Day allies and received a stunning assist from the surprise return of Liv Morgan to seal the deal. And just like with most of Dominik's biggest victories, there is far more beneath the surface than what fans saw on live television, because the reasons behind Cena's loss are layered, strategic, and likely to affect WWE storytelling all the way through the end of this year and possibly into 2026. And the first major reason is that, in many ways, John Cena didn't really lose in a clean and definitive way. Because yes, the referee counted the 3 and Dominik Mysterio had his hand raised. But the manner in which the victory happened follows the tradition that fans have come to associate with Dirty Dom, a wild combination of chaos, interference, deception, and cowardly tactics that mirrors the same kind of behavior that made his father Eddie Guerrero both loved and hated in equal measure, because in this match, Mysterio initially relied on Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez from the Judgment Day to weaken Cena, and when that didn't fully get the job done, JD McDonough and Finn Balor stormed to the ring, creating even more distractions and physical damage. And even that still wasn't enough until the music of Liv Morgan hit, and she returned in shocking fashion, teasing a possible face turn just long enough to blindside Cena with a low blow that turned the tide completely, giving Dominik the opening he needed to hit the frog splash and take the title. And while the record books will forever show that Cena lost his final PLE match, there is an enormous asterisk next to that result because the circumstances strongly suggest that Cena was robbed rather than definitively beaten. And that distinction matters deeply in wrestling storytelling, and it is far from the first time that John Cena has lost due to overwhelming interference rather than being outmatched one-on-one. And this type of loss, as we will see, actually created far more benefits for WWE than a standard heroic victory ever could have. And the second major reason behind the decision is simply that the WWE Universe at this point is just grateful to see John Cena in the ring at all, because his farewell tour is now rapidly approaching its end. And while fans would certainly enjoy seeing him go out on a high note with one final triumphant victory, the truth is that most of the audience is simply savoring every final appearance he makes, win or lose, due to the promise Cena made that he would step away before his performances declined to the point of embarrassment, which has resulted in what has largely been a well-received, emotional, and meaningful year-long goodbye tour, even including his brief and controversial heel run that divided fan opinion. And while some fans argue that Cena still looks close to the same performer he was a decade ago, there is no denying that he remains in incredible physical condition and continues to deliver strong in-ring performances. And the loud "Thank you, Cena" chants that echoed through the arena after his match at Survivor Series made it crystal clear that the result itself barely mattered to the crowd, because for them, simply witnessing John Cena compete one last time on such a grand stage was more important than whether his hand was raised at the end. And for many fans, the emotional connection to Cena has transcended wins and losses entirely. And the third reason for Cena dropping the title is the undeniable reality that Dominik Mysterio is massively over right now, perhaps more than at any other point in his career, because while he is still technically portrayed as a heel on WWE programming, the crowd reaction suggests that he is drifting into tweener territory, and it feels like only a matter of time before he completes a full fledged babyface turn, and his tainted victory over John Cena only strengthened his growing reputation as a crafty opportunist who consistently punches above his weight class by outsmarting and outmaneuvering veterans with far more experience than him, and by having Mysterio defeat a legend like Cena, even under controversial circumstances. WWE reinforced the idea that Dominic is no longer just riding his family name, but is now a legitimate threat in the upper mid-card and beyond. And although Cena technically lost the Intercontinental Championship, the larger narrative was about Dominic proving that he can rebound, evolve, and outthink even the most decorated superstars in WWE history, which now leaves fans wondering who it will take to finally stop him and keep the title away from him for any meaningful length of time. And the fourth major factor in this situation is the fact that Dominic Mysterio is now a double champion once again, which significantly elevates his status on a global wrestling scale, because while many fans focus solely on WWE, Dominic is also a major name in AAA, where he holds the promotion's prestigious Mega Championship and is one of their most despised villains. So, by reclaiming the Intercontinental Championship on top of his AAA title, Mysterio has now positioned himself as a two-belt champion across two major promotions, massively boosting his credibility, marketability, and overall importance to both companies, provided WWE does not overdo it and overload him with championship after championship in the way they once did with certain former superstars, and being a double champion adds another layer of intrigue to his character, making every title defense feel more important and every rivalry more intense. And the fifth major reason behind Cena's loss was WWE's clear desire to maximize the impact of Liv Morgan's return on one of the company's biggest stages, because her surprise comeback was something very few fans saw coming, given that she was expected to be sidelined for a much longer period of time. But as is often the case in wrestling, recovery timelines can change, and sometimes promotions intentionally exaggerate injuries to protect the surprise of a return. And, regardless of the behind-the-scenes timing, WWE clearly chose Survivor Series as prime real estate for Liv Morgan's return, recognizing her status as one of the company's most important female stars, because Liv Morgan is not a mid-card performer. She is a proven main event-level talent who worked relentlessly to rise through the ranks and become one of the most recognizable women on the roster, and by scripting her return as Pa.